Historical reference of the breed and subgroup. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog, or Grosser, is a breed of herding dog related to the Saint Bernard. It is used to protect livestock and transport goods. Harnessed to a cart, this powerful dog can carry quite significant weights and tow a skier. It has a calm, friendly character, behaves with dignity, without servility. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is a dog breed that originated in the Swiss Alps. The name Sennenhund refers to people called Senner, milkmen and shepherds in the Swiss Alps. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is almost certainly the result of breeding local dogs with large Mastiff-type dogs brought to Switzerland by foreign settlers. Once this breed was considered one of the most popular in Switzerland. It was thought to be almost extinct by the end of the 19th century as other breeds or machines did its work, but was rediscovered in the early 20th century. The breed is large and heavy-boned, with great physical strength yet still agile enough to perform the versatile agricultural duties for which it was originally used. His breed standard calls for black, white and rust colors. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is outgoing, active, calm and dignified and loves to be part of a family. He is relatively healthy for his size, and generally has far fewer problems than more popular breeds of the same size. Among the four mountain dogs, or Swiss mountain dogs, this breed is considered the oldest, and also the largest. The origin of the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is unknown. Beginning in 1515, the outlying valleys of Switzerland were more or less isolated from world history for 3 centuries. Certain dog breeds were created through inbreeding, and the puppies were passed on to neighbors and family members. There are several theories about the origin of the 4 breeds of the Sennenhund. The most popular theory is that dogs are descended from the Molosschen, a large Mastiff-type dog that accompanied the Roman legions during their invasion of the Alps over 2,000 years ago. The second theory is that in 1100 BC, the Phoenicians brought large breed dogs with them to settlements in Spain. Later, these dogs migrated east, and influenced the development of the Spanish Mastiff, Great Dane, Dogue de Bordeaux and Mountain Dog breeds. A third possibility is that the large dog breed was native to Central Europe during the Neolithic period, when wild and domestic crops were cultivated and domesticated by humans. Whether or not a domesticated large breed existed in the Alpine region when the Romans invaded, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is almost certainly the result of mating local farm dogs with large Mastiff-type dogs brought to Switzerland by foreign settlers. The early ancestors of the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog were used by farmers, herders and traders in Central Europe. This breed was bred as a draft dog for hauling heavy carts, guarding and moving dairy cattle, as well as a guard dog and family companion. Selective breeding was based on the dog's ability to perform a specific function, such as pulling a load or guarding. A Swiss farmer needed a strong, versatile dog that could handle the day-to-day work of the farm. Large, robust and self-assured, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is a draft and driving breed, strong and agile enough to perform agricultural work in very mountainous areas. The breed was also used as a butcher's dog, was popular with butchers, and at the time, was nicknamed the poor man's horse. By the 19th century, the ancestors of the modern Greater Swiss Mountain Dog were widely used by farmers and traders in Central Europe. In the early 20th century, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog population grew slowly in Europe, and the breed remains rare in both its native Switzerland and the United States. During World War II, the breed was used by the Swiss Army as a draft dog. In 1945, over 100 puppies were registered, which indicates that there were about 400 dogs of this breed at that time. The breed was first recognized internationally in 1939, when the Fédération Cynologique Internationale first published the standard. In 1968, the breed was brought to the USA. In 1983, there were 257 dogs on the roster of the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog Club of America. In 1985, the breed was admitted to the American Kennel Club's multi-breed group, and in July 1995 the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog received official full recognition in the AKC working group. According to the AKC, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is ranked 88th in popularity as a breed. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is very strongly attached to the human family in which she lives. Some breeds are strongly attached to one person, others to all members of the human family, others may have a friendly attitude towards all people in general, and a fourth may not have close ties even with the owner. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is strongly attached to all family members. Strangers are treated with suspicion. The attitude of any dog to strangers strongly depends on the breed of the pet, but even more strongly this attitude depends on the upbringing and socialization of a particular individual, while socialization in the early puppyhood of a pet is especially important in this regard. At the same time with children, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog gets along excellently. However, regardless of the dog's friendly attitude towards children, a dog of any breed should not be left alone with small children. Some breeds of dogs are more relaxed about the behavior of young children, and may not pay attention to semantics of children. However, it should be understood that dogs of all breeds, no matter how friendly they are, should be with children only under the supervision of the owner or adults, since in addition to the qualities of the breed in relation to children, there are also the individual characteristics of each dog, its upbringing and previous experience in communicating with children. Even these relationships are largely influenced by the behavior of children. With other dogs, Greater Swiss Mountain Dog gets along well enough, and they get along well with each other, if, of course, other dogs show similar behavior. Different breeds of dogs treat their own kind differently. Some dogs will play and interact in every possible way with dogs they meet or live with. Other breeds may try to dominate, or even attack similar four-legged ones. At the same time, the relationship between dogs can be very different from how a dog will react to people. The behavior of a dog in relation to other dogs and people depends, not only on the breed, but also on the socialization of a particular individual. Communication of the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog with small pets such as hamsters, domestic rats, squirrels, chinchillas and other rodents is best limited. Cats can get along. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is suitable for experienced dog owners. Some dog breeds are easier to keep and train, while others are more independent and even assertive and require an experienced owner. This breed needs an experienced owner to prevent dominance and overprotection problems. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is not well suited to apartment living. A country house with a small fenced yard would be the best option for keeping such a dog. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog tolerates loneliness well, and can therefore be left alone for short periods of time. The quality and quantity of the coat make the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog comfortable in the cold. But the high temperature is already unsafe for the four-legged. Active loads should be avoided in the warm season. Tendency to bark. Among other things, breeds differ in the level of noise, or rather, in the frequency of their barking. Some breeds can bark all the time without stopping, and never get tired of barking at every stranger or strange dog that passes by your house or by herself. Other breeds bark only on business, when it is necessary in her opinion, and still others can only give a voice in exceptional cases. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog has a tendency to bark for no reason. But the desire to gnaw these dogs do not stand out. The desire to gnaw and taste everything is common to puppies of all breeds, but as adults, different breeds have varying degrees of propensity to explore the world with their teeth. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is not prone to such mischief. Activity and energy level. According to the level of charge and activity, breeds can also be divided into active and calm or even lazy. An active dog will require constant walks, training and frequent mental stimulation from you. Calm and less energetic dogs will be happy with short walks around the house, and will gladly share your desire to lie on the couch at home. This feature should be taken into account when choosing a pet, since the unfulfilled needs of an active animal will be realized at home on the things and objects of your home. The amount of energy in the dog also determines with what desire, and for how long the dog will play games with you, or with your child under your supervision. This breed is sociable, active, calm and stately. The activity level of the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog varies. They are able to be athletic, but usually this activity has a surge. They are active for short periods of time followed by sleep. They want to be with their owners and participate in family life. Their activity level most often matches that of the host. As a working dog, they enjoy having a job, and enjoy participating in hiking, go-karting, obedience testing, herding, weightlifting and hiking with their owners. In addition, many breeds have an innate desire to chase moving objects and animals. The degree of this desire may vary from breed to breed. If this innate instinct is highly developed in a dog, you need to carefully monitor the pet during a walk, and keep it on a leash, since any moving object can provoke the dog to chase, even if it is a car that can harm the animal. At such moments the dog can disobey the call of the owner, and switch all your attention to the moving target. In addition, such breeds pose an additional danger to small domestic animals and birds. However, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog has this instinct. Although it is in abundance, it is most often able to cope with it. Passion for vagrancy and love of freedom. Some breeds have a tendency to cover long distances on their fours, for which they were bred, so these dogs, following their instinct, will not miss the opportunity to escape from you and run a couple of kilometers, despite your calls. Sled dogs, hounds and bloodhounds are mainly inclined to such walks. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog generally does not have this habit, and does not stray far from its owner and family. Tendency to drool. The amount of saliva produced depends on the characteristics of the breed. Some breeds salivate, so much that they can leave marks on the carpet, on the sofa, on the floor and on you. Other breeds also salivate, but this happens in much less quantities. Fortunately, the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog produces very little saliva. But the amount of hair that the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog leaves behind is about the same as most dogs. The amount of dog hair in your home, and on your clothes, depends a lot on what breed you choose. Some breeds shed all year round, others only seasonally, others hardly shed. This characteristic of the breed can be important depending on where you plan to keep the pet, whether members of your family are allergic to animal hair, and how important it is to you in general. General health of the breed on a 10-point scale. The general health of dogs of this breed, and the possibility of the appearance of genetic diseases in them can be assessed on a 10-point scale of 5 points. For the most part, this breed is relatively healthy for its size. Hip dysplasia is a common problem in large dogs. It is an abnormal formation of the joint that connects the femur, the longest bone in the body, to the hip joint. The hip is a ball and socket joint, and the head of the femur must fit well into the socket for the joint to function properly. Early signs of hip dysplasia include an unwillingness to go up and down stairs or jump, difficulty getting up or lying down, jumping while running. Hip dysplasia is one of the major orthopedic conditions in the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. The goal of raising the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog from puppyhood is to feed it so that it matures more slowly than smaller breeds to avoid hip and other orthopedic problems in adulthood. The average lifespan of a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is 7 to 10 years. Heavier dogs such as the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog tend to have a shorter lifespan than medium and small dogs. Life expectancy is inversely proportional to breed size. The life expectancy of dogs can vary from country to country, even among dogs of the same breed.